Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Alignment Shift. I'll be your host, Harvey Weinstein. I don't know. Firestein. Which one is it?
No.
Harvey Firestein. That's what I meant to say. Wrong one.
Ooh.
Wrong one. Firestein. Anyway,
So
Uh,
confused.
don't worry about it. Hi, welcome to this week's episode of Alignment Shift, where we're going to play Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. I'm joined by George, Mackenzie,
Hello.
Stephen,
What?
AJ,
Welcome.
Kayla,
Hi.
Peggy,
Hello.
Cal.
Cow?
And that's it. So, okay, that's all I got. Picking up where we left off, the party is engaging in the trials of Glaive's herd, attempting to reach the summit of the mountain where an ancient weapon lay dormant, something that should be able to assist in destroying the spark of divinity of the chained oblivion. So far, Oldores has had his test, a test of wits and trust with a negotiator. Kayla had her test, a test of family. And they also discovered upon the side of the mountain the remnants of the very demonic horde that originally plagued Glaive's herd and ended up being the catalyst of their initial destruction. A small band of ice devils that gave the party a little bit of a hard time up the mountain. However, they defeated I think it was 4 ice devils and continued on their way, ending on Sapala's trial where she met, who she was not aware of, though had been mentioned before, Glaive's daughter Dagger, who, after some short questioning of Kayla, gave her blessing and enchanted the flower around Sapala's neck that Glaive had made, and out from the necklace sprung a small
Oh, that's right.
rabbitoid-looking creature,
Oh, boy.
pointed ears, almost like a big white kind of goatee of fur around his mouth, carrying a cane and a smoking pipe, wearing very fine, elegant blue robes, standing somewhere between 1.5 to 2 feet tall. Popped out, somersaulted in the snow, turned around. Oh, hello there!
What is happening?
Started.
What was that, Kayla?
Sorry, nothing. No, hi. Hello.
Stands up, brushes itself off. Oh, hello, milady! Who might you be?
I am Sapala Mendeus, and here's a flower. What is your name?
He takes the flower, takes your hand, does a grandiose bow. I am Sir Puka.
It's nice to meet you.
Oh, madam, the pleasure is all mine, and I must say it will bring me great honor to defend you with my life.
What?
Lady Sapala, I was sworn to the young lady Dagger, and have now been passed on to yourself, and so as your guardian, I am here as your protector.
Oh, well, how brave of you.
Thank you. Who are these brigands?
These are my friends.
Aha! Any friend of Lady Sapala is a friend of Sarpuka.
She gestures to each of them and introduces them.
Okay. A pleasure for you all. I trust you all have sworn your life to Lady Sapala as well.
Um,
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah, pretty much.
Well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that, but I do love them a lot.
Very well. He puffs on the. He takes a puff of the pipe, kind of taps it on his hand, reaches into a pouch and pulls out some more tobacco and kind of puts it into the pipe. So, if you don't mind, it's a bit chilly out here. I shall remain within your necklace. Should you require my aid, company, defending, I shall be at your beck and call. Simply call my name and be there. I shall.
Oh, why, thank you. You can go if you'd like.
And he does a little twist and his form shoots into the necklace that you're wearing.
I have a rep.
I have an elephant.
I have a bird.
I got a rock.
I have an owl.
I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt.
So, what's the party doing?
George, that message in Roll20. What the? That's so bad.
That's so mean.
Oh.
That's so mean.
Should probably get going. Actually, how is everybody doing? Do we need to rest up?
No, I'm pretty okay actually.
I'm
Note to
Yeah,
self, hit
good.
Elena harder.
Sure.
I'm
I'm
doing.
fine with moving.
Did you say
Doing
need to
pretty
hit
good.
Elena harder?
Yep, note to self, hit Elena harder.
Yo, I got you.
Alright.
All right, then let's
Oh.
move out.
I get it now.
What?
I think she read George's note.
Oh.
So, we moving out or are we taking a rest?
I'm good.
Is everybody okay?
I'm good to keep going.
I'll just heal myself, I guess.
Okay.
Does that have a good amount of
So,
spells?
Glaive leading the way, or no, actually, Sapala was leading the way.
I was.
I'd like another survival check from you.
Si, senor.
Gracias, senorita.
De nada.
We're probably offending so many people right now.
Probably.
I'm offended for them.
That's
I'm doing my best,
No, you're
Mr.
not.
Rogers impression. Oh, wow.
With basic Spanish?
Oh wow.
There comes back that depression I've been having all week.
oof.
28.
28,
Rob,
all right.
sorry with you.
Not a problem. The cold is starting to seep in on everyone, even with, flaming hands, cold weather gear, prolonged exposure to the elements here. You can tell that it's starting to get to the point where you're going to get tired. At the moment, you're able to press on, but seeking shelter soon might be a good idea, even though it's not quite nighttime yet. You know that as soon as darkness falls, the temperature is going to drop. Anyway, Sapala continues leading up the mountainside, and the vista is absolutely gorgeous. From up above, you can see down into this just massive open plateau, what looks to be a large, completely circular lake. Anyone who is inclined in science or geology would probably ascertain that this lake was formed by some form of almost meteor impact or massive crater caused by an explosion that has over hundreds and hundreds of years eroded and filled with water at this point. And you can even see from your height on the mountain the distant peaks of houses and trees of a town many miles away on the edge of this lake. But as you climb, the mountain begins to get a bit more treacherous, a little less snowy, and a bit more rocky. And eventually here, as the sun is beginning to set on the mountainside, you come upon the mouth of a cave, very very large opening that the path is now entering into the mountainside.
Is this where we're supposed to go next?
Sorry, my phone was muted. Yes. We need to get out of this, and we begin going in through the mountain.
How far?
Well, it depends on how much the mountain has changed. Which means I don't have an honest answer for you.
I figured.
I mean, you could have just said I
You're
don't know.
honest.
Okay. So are we making camp now? That's getting started tonight, or are we going into the mountain now?
Is it significantly warmer inside without any like wind chill?
It is without the wind chill, but warmer would be a no.
Well, if
Xavier, do you have a dome that you could put up?
absolutely, give me 10 minutes and I can have it up.
Oh, good God, let's go in the cave. I don't want the wind bearing down my back before we get that thing up.
Well, I'll make it just outside, not too far outside the cave. Take 10 minutes and cast
Making it outside the cave?
I don't know if it'll fit inside the cave.
Will it fit inside the cave?
Yes, it'll fit inside the cave.
Put it in the cave.
I make it right inside the mouth of the cave.
Damn, Xavier, use your eyes.
You're
Um,
special
It's so
human eyes.
dark. I'll make the dome right inside the mouth of the cave. And it's just-
As you make your dome inside the mouth of the cave, you all watch as Tahan walks up the path a little bit behind you guys.
Oh, shit,
Takes
we
a
did
look at-
drinking with us, didn't we?
Takes a look at you all in the mouth of the cave. Walks toward the wall of the cavern and then just reaches out and seems to open a door into the mountain and just kind of like steps in and the door closes and you now suddenly see like this ornate oak door up against the mountainside.
I can do that too. Show off.
You can't do it.
Just don't right now.
All right. So long rest, I assume. Any watches going on this evening, or are we just trusting the dome of domeness?
I'll do
Take a
a
watch.
watch.
I always take last watch.
I'd
that's
like to
early
take
anyway.
watch with Xavier.
That'll be first
What?
watch.
Oh,
There's a
no.
reason. If you want to stay up too, that's your prerogative.
All right.
Doris would take second watch at some point.
Okay, so we got first, second, and third kind of set up here. I'll check on that later. But so as
I'm gonna stay up with Glade.
all right, so Glaive, Sapala, and Mackenzie, Xavier. um,
Every time.
um,
Should name your familiar Mackenzie.
make either 2 perception checks among you or 1 with advantage.
One
your
with
choice.
advantage. I will assist.
Hey, Sapala, why didn't you make one?
Okay.
Probably has have the best one out of all of us. With advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, hold on.
You're good.
$20.
Okay. Let me get a rank of roll here. Oh, fun. All right. So the night goes by eerily loud. Although the spell seems to muffle the sounds from the outside, the howling wind up the mountainside seems to just reverberate in this continual duration up the mountain. Outside, massive swirls of snowdrifts cascade over the various cliff sides. Completely clear sky overhead, no cloud in sight. and a just massive moon that looks almost too big to even be real. It would almost be serene were it not for the howling wind. With your perception check, in the very far distance, you see what almost appeared to be the glitter of wings on the horizon. Some large winged creature flying over the mountainside. You could almost swear it looked like a dragon. You've never seen one in person, but the shape of the wings unmistakable, nowhere near where you are, far off in the distance. But the unmistakable howl of the wind mixes with a kind of reptilian screech in the night that kind of sends shivers down your spine in fear and strange anticipation. But that is the most interesting thing that happens during your watch.
So, at some point during this watch, I will have expended, just gotten rid of the counter spell in my ring, and then fill it with 3 more shields.
Okay.
So I have all slots in my ring are shield.
Okay.
Glaive.
Did you see the lake earlier?
I did. It's quite hard to miss.
I witnessed the creation of it.
It's-
Your challenge is named Aether.
Yes.
With one spell, I saw him reach into the heavens and pull a comet from the sky. And he ripped an army apart with it. I don't know what he's going to have you do. But with every fiber of my being, I'm telling you, do not fight him. He is the only one of that entire circle that I am afraid of.
Your wife.
Well,
That's fair.
that statement gave me history on this mountain of this mountain, history of your circle, and showing how badass he is. After hearing that, I don't think I want to fight him. But I appreciate the forewarning.
I can give you some more history on him. I had to spend a lot of time with him after he did that.
Is the meteor still down there? Like at the bottom of
From
it?
what I know, it was just a spell, like your fireball.
But it's much bigger.
Yeah.
Well then. What else should I know about him?
He has an understanding of blood magic. He claims to have mastered it. He has experimented with shadow magic and light magic alike. He is a literal master of the arcane. If you think you know a lot, and I'm sure you do, you sure as hell know more than I do. You are an infant before him.
Well, sounds like a rather good man to have a talk with. Love to hear his stories.
You can see Glaive actually sweating despite how cold it is. It's more nervous sweat. I don't want you to die here. I don't. If you feel like it could be too much for you, we can go.
Well, to be honest, I never had the thought to fight him before knowing that. So I still feel like I'm pretty good at getting out of situations. So I feel that I feel pretty confident I can get away from this.
I can share my rabbit with you.
I appreciate that, Sapala.
He can speak any language, so maybe he can speak whatever hell language he speaks.
Damn, one step above me. Almost.
Oh, that reminds me. I should probably give Kayla the character sheet for him. Actually, Glaive, you have the better access of taking a better picture than the one that you sent me.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Ooh, I almost dropped
I
my tablet.
give Xavier a hug.
I crouched down to give him one properly.
Do not die. Be the clever Xavier that I know, not the ass Xavier that I know.
Well, it's two parts of a whole, but I'll make sure one half trumps the other.
Okay.
I appreciate your
You're
concern.
the clever Xavier. You get more snacks in your room now.
Yes! Absolutely!
All right.
Banana
Glaive's
nut
done.
muffin. Here I go.
All right. Glaive is going to release and just try and keep his cool as he looks at the moon and tries to breathe. What?
There was a dragon.
Big scaly thing that has the wings of a bat and the ego of a minotaur?
I think so. I've never actually, well, unless that was one.
Dragons are
flying.
awesome. It's amazing. Oh shit, I hope we don't have to fight a dragon.
Well, fighting is not always the only option.
Yes, that's the whole point of these trials.
Just befriend the dragon, and then we can have a dragon.
Oh, that would be so useful. But dragons eat so much food. We'd never be able to keep it fed.
Well, I have read about one type of creature. It's called a pseudo dragon. It's basically a smaller version of a dragon and much easier to take care of in a sense. But they don't.
Is it like a baby dragon?
In it, no, much smaller. Baby dragons are born quite big. These ones are about the size, probably the size, can get up to the size of about a medium-sized dog. They can get quite large. Very accomplished wizards have found pseudo dragons and used them as their familiar.
Where was Kayla when you guys had the fairy dragon?
Yeah, that's
was
what I did
there.
the entire time.
Oh, well, she was there when we rescued the ones in Singorn.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
and our fairy dragon was there. And we
He had to
haven't
come.
seen him
Nope.
since we rescued him.
Oh well.
Disappear.
But no, the pseudo dragons, they are also quite clever. They can go invisible at will. So
I can hide behind a rock.
I give Sapala a hug.
Glaive, I have a question.
I will try to answer.
Were you the one that gave Sir Puka to Dagger.
Well, I wasn't gonna let my daughter on the battlefield without protection.
So precious.
Can you tell me about your wife and child?
Oh.
Not without getting into some extremely embarrassing things.
Okay. Continue.
In the distance, you just hear the wife go, "Tell her everything."
Let's see. Physically, she was my better in every capacity. Oh my god. She was more passionate about, well, the animals, the earth, plants, trees, fruit, cooking, anything that she could get her hands on and be creative with. She took off with it and just went crazy. It's where I learned a few of the things that I can cook. I mean, she wouldn't let me in the kitchen unless I said, okay, I'll listen. Almost lost my hand because of that.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
My daughter, though, Glaive gets this very far off look on his face. We should get to bed. Being here is dredging up a lot of things that I really shouldn't be thinking about right now.
Let's say if you both want to head to bed early, I can finish the watch here.
I'd like that. Thank you. Glaive goes off to bed.
And Safala too, I assume. But anyway, the rest of the watch goes uneventful.
I will wake up Oldoras.
What is beeping? Is someone having a conversation somewhere on here?
It could be in Roll20.
Hold on, I need to mute Discord. How can I mute Discord? No, I'm
Hold
part
on,
of a couple.
hold on. Is it me?
No. I'm getting like a bloop, 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 bloop,
Probably
bloop
Discord.
of
Right click
notifications.
the server icon, you can mute it.
I bet it's one of my art ones. Hold on a moment.
You can do it for a certain amount of time or for ever.
But yes, I will. As the watch comes to close, I will walk over to Oldoras. Oldoras.
Can I take watch as well with you, Doris?
I'll wake up Elena as well. I'll wake up Oldoras. Oldoras, it's your turn to watch.
That was a little heavy on the British. Also,
A little
Cal
bit.
sent you a message.
I saw it.
was hoping no one would point it out, but somebody did.
I missed it too. I was reading
Um,
Glaive's message.
I think I was trying to talk quieter. That's why I got a little deeper or heavier. Right? Then I'll walk over to Elena. Elena, did you want to watch too?
Yeah, thanks.
Uldoris has not budged.
It's fine. I'll just grab it to her.
I'll take a feather from Beak and just tickle it under Eldoras's nose. I grab one of his pin feathers. It's fine.
What?
Put snow in his other hand.
Oh, I'm awake. I'm awake.
It's your watch.
Oh, it's still so cold.
Oh yeah, I grabbed snow and put it on your hand.
No, I mean it's still really cold.
Oh, I can.
We're in the mountains, Yildiris.
I can make it warmer in here, and I do a quick twirl with my finger, and the temperature goes up to a good room temperature. Maybe a little.
Wait, you can do that?
Yeah, it's completely temperature
Climate
controlled.
controlled. He's nice.
Yeah. It may be a dome, but it's real nice.
Yeah.
She would have done that earlier.
Well, I did make it warmer, but I can make it a little bit warmer if you do want. I can make that little section over there where you're gonna sit. I can make that a little bit warmer than the rest if you want.
I think I'm good now.
Okay, I turn up just a tad bit more, and then I go to bed.
Good night.
Good night.
And Uldoris sits up and looks awkwardly at Elena. You're awake too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Everything okay?
As good as it can be, I guess.
I'm really sorry
Well,
about everything that's happened with your family.
it's not your fault, but I appreciate it. I just hope my brother's okay.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go bother Taharn. Go knock on his fancy ass
I
door.
kind of don't want to have anything to do with him right now.
You don't have to bother him. I'm gonna go bother him.
Okay, I'm gonna keep watch then.
If he doesn't wake up, just come watch with me as well. I go knock on Taharn's door.
All right. So you go out into the cold. First, I would like you to make a survival check.
Let me dump things out.
Instantly frozen.
You said what check, sir?
Survival.
I'm good at that.
Proceeds to roll a natural one.
24.
24. All right. You step out of Xavier's magical dome, and it is instantly jarring. The temperature up here is probably in the negatives. The snow is up beyond your ankles and begins to seep into the cracks and crevices of your boot, and it instantly starts to numb your toes. You wrap your cloak up around you and trudge through the snow. You come over to the large oak-looking door that's just kind of up against the mountainside, and as you kind of walk up to it, you can see that it's not actually, against the mountainside. It's a couple inches in front of it with no space behind.
Yeah.
So you come up, and on the door, a couple moments pass, and the door opens, and there is a spectral servant of kind seems to have opened the doorway, and you see in front of you the spectral servant of a completely nude dragonborn female, standing with a kind of cloth draped over their arm, butler style.
The very definition of look but can't touch.
Can you retrieve Taharn for me, please?
Hold on a moment. I can't remember if they can speak. Hold on a second.
No, they can't.
The dragonborn servant just
Can you lead me to him then? Can I enter? Slam the door. Go
She's
sit
just
me
like
in
a
the-
vampire.
door closes.
I'm assuming I can't go into there because it's magic. It's like the dome. Like it won't allow the
Actually, while the door is open, you can actually open the door. Or well, you can actually step in while the door is open.
But I can't enter while the door is open.
Yes, you can.
Okay. Wait, what? Can I or can I not go through the door, Cal?
Yes.
Okay,
You
I
can
want to go through
try.
the door, and I want to take some snow with me.
Did you close the door first, or are you doing that
No,
before you?
I've changed my. I want to go through the door. I want to take some snow with me.
All right.
I'm on
so
a Taharn hunt, and I want to put the snow in his bed.
okay. So you, you grab a armful of snow and barge your way through the doorway, kind of pushing right through the servant, who seems a little bit shocked and
Yeah.
taken aback and and just runs past you, arms above her head, like frantically through the mansion. As you come in, you thought Scanlan was extra.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
I do gotta say that the first paragraph of the spell, creatures they designate can enter. So if he didn't designate her, okay.
Yep, no, I know. I got that. Also designates that, if I remember correctly, they can't even see the door if he doesn't designate it.
Easy
Alright,
wizard.
yeah, I'm on a Taharn hunt here.
No, they can
I
still
can't.
see
That
it. They
might
can
be my
still see
memory. I
it.
don't remember.
They can still see it. They just can't enter.
Gotcha. Okay. Anyway, so as you step into the foyer, the first thing you see, the gold and marble encrusted walls of the interior of his magnificent mansion sprawl up in like a circular dome that seems to be like streaming some form of artificial sunlight into this main entryway. There are like vines and leaves, crawling up like this ancient kind of temple almost looking
Oh my god.
facility.
Is there a statue of himself nude in the center of this room?
And in the very center of this room, there is about a 20-foot tall statue of Taharn, standing, triumphantly, arms on hips. He is not nude. He is
Okay.
wearing his typical bardic attire, but he has his lute under one arm and a skull in the other hand, and is looking very Shakespeareanly off into the distance.
If I had Call Lightning, I'd hit that.
However, as you behind the statue, there's two stairways that seem to spiral upward, not spiral, but like a half circle up the side of this kind of rounded room to a balcony at the top, where it seems to go further into the mansion. You make your way up the steps, past the cascading water fountains that seem to trickle down the edges of the staircase. On the next level, the room opens up into a massive library type room, but where you would see books instead look more like tomes of music, and you can see every single instrument you have ever been able to name in your life in this room. There is a massive piano, pipe organ, harps, everything. There are horned instruments, stringed instruments, drums, some that appear like barbaric in nature and have been taken from the Riffenmist jungle or accumulated throughout the entirety of Tal'Dorei or Exandria and beyond. The room is adorned with massive tapestries, each of them either portraying Taharn in all his majesty, either playing music, performing some form of character role, or straight up lewds of other various artists, performers, people that you don't recognize. And these are not simple. The amount of detail that has gone into the embroidery of these tapestries is impressive, to say the least. However, you do not see any obvious doors beyond this room. I can't hear you. What?
I scream out his name. What?
Okay. You scream out to Harn?
Yeah.
As you stand there for a moment, at the end of the room, at the very opposite corner, there's a large fireplace that appears to be kind of the mantelpiece is in the shape of a dragon head with the mouth as the mantle and a big open fire. And as you scream out his name, a couple moments pass in the fireplace.
Can I have prepared a snowball?
Sure, prepare your snowball. The fireplace begins to open, the mouth widening as the flames out, and out steps a bathrobe-clad Taharin.
Hit him in the face.
Roll to hit.
Elena's going rogue.
Dude, I rolled an 18. What do I just add my dexterity to that?
I think we had this discussion before while you were throwing snowballs at.
Right. That's a 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Okay, hold on one second. I gotta. Oh my god, this is gonna bring me back years. I need to pull up his character sheet, which I have not used since like our first session.
Keeping you on your toes.
I can just picture Elena immediately
Oh,
being
whatever.
out of the mansion.
Oh yeah, I'm booking it. As soon as it hits him in the face, I'm booking it. I only have one. Okay.
I'm not gonna worry about it. He's not wearing any armor right now, so he steps out, and immediately the snowball right in the center of his
Booking
snout.
it. I'm running.
Right in the snoot.
gone. Stealthy. I'm not stealthy because he'd seen me, but I'm gone. I'm gone.
All right. So you book it out of the music room, down the spiral staircase. Make a dexterity check.
Okay. I'm good at these.
Slide down the banister.
22.
22. One
Chandelier.
thing you didn't notice coming up the staircase, the massive 20-foot statue of Taharn is not nude, but he is wearing assless chaps.
Oh.
Taking that into account, you book your way down the stairs, being careful not to slip, as they are kind of
the full moon.
they're marble and very well polished.
I feel
you-
like growing up around lots of marbles, I would have learned how to run a marble.
You book it out the front door, slam it behind you, and are once again confronted with the icy cold outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into the dome
Okay.
and then sit down next to Eudorus and be like, I hit him with a snowball, Eudorus.
That is mildly satisfying to hear.
And then I'm just gonna wait to see if he comes out of the building. of his magical
A
mansion.
couple of minutes do pass, and eventually the front door that you do see the front door of the mansion creak open a little bit. It opens and then shuts.
He's a chicken. I saw chicken as the door slams shut. So yeah, that's all I want to do.
Xavier, out of curiosity, did you give permission for Taharn to enter your? Okay.
All right. So while all that is happening,
Mhm.
Yeah.
what am I doing? What kind of check am I making?
Oh, make a perception check.
Perception. Okay. 18.
18. Nothing eventful seems to happen throughout the night. You do notice, however, the floor of this cavern. Excuse me. You can see some kind of deep gouges in the ground that looks like something heavy had been kind of
Edgar.
dragged. Can you stop saying Edgar?
Sorry.
Has been dragged through this cavern. Looks like some kind of sled or other kind of equipment had been dragged across the floor that left gouges in the cave ground. Again, just like the tracks from before, not recently, but at least within the last year or so.
And they look more like they're from more like a sled or something, or do they look like they might even remotely be like from something organic or lifelike?
With that, make a nature check.
Ugh, nature. Ugh. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna say anything to Elena. She's too happy with her snowball. 13. Well,
13. It's really hard to tell. You're not an expert on creatures. I mean, it's possible that something dug into the stone. It's possible that it was just a cart. You know, it's hard to tell. Give me 2 seconds here. I am not omnipotent, and I need to look up something real quick. Oh, that would be good.
so, Elena,
Yes, you let us.
I was thinking,
Hmm?
now that I can remember what my mother looks like,
Mm-hmm.
it, it might be a silly thing, but I'm thinking, I mean, if she's inhabiting essentially my shadow,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I want to try and find a way for her to be able to look like herself and not just darkness.
I don't think that's a silly thing.
Well, maybe not like as a goal, like as
Mm-hmm.
a desire, but
Yeah.
like maybe I don't know, I just kind of make it work for me. I don't know how I don't know. Xavier is really good at understanding and weaving the strings of magic. I don't know how he does it, and
Have Have you spoken to her? Maybe she can make herself look like herself. And the reason she didn't is because she didn't want to frighten you.
I feel like we may have tried once before.
Unfortunately, I'm not good with. Uh,
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Now we can.
Okay, my internet dropped for a solid like minute. The last I heard was, have you asked her about if she can take her own shape? That's the last I heard of that conversation.
Right. So an Eldorus had said um, that he thinks that they had tried, but he doesn't really remember it working. Um, but yeah, like I don't know. I feel like if if her form could have some sort of substance,
hmm.
I feel like she might be, I don't know, able to help in the fight somehow. It's one thing for me to move in the shadows, but
Yeah, sorry. I understand, but unfortunately, controlling magic is not my forte. It's kind of all of what I use comes from me naturally, and I don't think about it much.
At this point, while you're having a conversation, I want a Helena, your passive perception's like ridiculous, right?
Yeah, it's 23.
Okay. At that point, as you're about to say that, the door for the Magnificent Mansion once again opens and closes. And as you're looking over there, like, what was that? You see now that there were footprints that weren't yours leaving the doorway and going back to it. And as you're looking at them, suddenly from outside the mouth of the cave, you see a tiny, about half a foot tall, a snowman waddles around the corner, followed by another, followed by another, followed by another,
Did
and
Tahard make a snowman army?
and 10 snowmen that are all about 6 inches tall waddle their way up to the edge of the force field, raise their hands, and sit motionless.
Let's just wave at them.
Oh, they don't move any. They don't move at all again.
See what's
And for the rest of your shift, they don't move.
Yeah, but
It's
it's fun
creepy
this
as
way.
hell.
That's a great use of that spell.
Really,
I'll
really
be
is.
feeling that.
uh,
Do
yeah,
they have like carrots for noses or?
Unfortunately, no. They are all solid snow. It looks like.
with like normal like stick arms or
Nope, the arms are made of snow.
okay. Well,
I wish
I
I
mean,
was awake.
that is a pretty crafty idea in all honesty.
Is there any like I don't know, like dead brush around, or like I'm gonna search the snow like real quick, see if there's anything hidden in the
Yeah. No. There's nothing. So as you're digging around, your hand actually stumbles across the stone a little bit, and you realize how absolutely sharp it is. And you realize that this cave, while a natural formation, was formed by a magma flow that had cooled and created a pocket in the mountainside. So this mountain is actually mostly obsidian and rock, and it's also now frozen. So there's very, very sparse vegetation.
Okay. Um,
We're talking Mount Everest level sparse vegetation.
fun. Yay, fun. Wow. Um, uh, I don't really have anything to do anything silly with. I mean, I have stuff that I'll probably never use. You know what? Yeah. I picked up a clavicle knife at some point. It was a knife made out of a clavicle. Um, I'm gonna walk outside with it, and I'm just gonna
So many
stick it in one of
questions.
the snowman's heads, and I'm just gonna leave it there.
As you stick it in the snowman's head, the snow just kind of completely loses all its shape and falls over the knife onto the ground.
Blade
Oh.
first or handle first?
Oh, I put it in blade first.
Would have been fun if it was handle first, so it'd just be there holding the knife.
Well, that was disappointing.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping it would hold form till the morning. So I pick up the blade and I put it back where it was in the pouch. And I walk back into the dome, and
Um. Yeah, as I was saying, unfortunately, magic is not my specialty. So
yeah,
it's a
no,
good
I
idea.
mean,
I think it's a great idea. Just I don't know how it would work.
yeah, me either. And that's what I mean by it might be silly. It might be a fool's errand.
I don't think so. I think it's an endeavor to see how far magic can actually go because we don't know the limits of magic. In all honesty, we only know what it can do, not what it can't do.
You know, I also was thinking a lot these past couple of weeks. Um, I mean, I know why I mean, I think I know why it was my mother. But part of me has always wondered why it wasn't my father. I mean, I remember seeing him still inside that building with my sister.
Mhm.
But
A mother's love is strong. One of the most powerful things.
yeah, I mean, every step she took, I imagine that all contributed to it. Her wanting to make sure that I was safe and
Yeah.
out of danger, but just
And
strange things.
who I mean, we don't know, maybe your sister also has a shadow. Maybe it's maybe it's your father. Maybe it's another part of your mother.
That is interesting. I never thought of that. Hmm.
We don't know. Your sister's your sister. She doesn't seem like the sappy one of the family.
DM,
Yes.
when I came face to face with her in those caverns, the mushroom cave cavern tunnels, um, did I notice anything peculiar about her shadow?
Make a wisdom check. Like straight wisdom for remembering this.
Retroactive perception.
Retroactive perception.
Straight wisdom
Mhm.
modifier. I rolled an 18, puts me at 21.
Okay. Suddenly, it's odd to you. Something was out of place this entire time that if you hadn't thought about it, you never would have noticed it. Regular conversation, much like your shadow, how sometimes it's just not quite right. Sometimes it's not facing the direction that the light is, things like that. Lilette didn't have a shadow. She almost seemed to emanate just enough light that there is no shadow beneath her. Even when there's a strong source of flame or bright light, there's nothing cast on the ground.
Hmm. You know, I was just thinking,
Hmm.
remember when we freed um the matriarch, I think it was,
Hmm. The mushroom.
and then we ran into,
Your sister, yes.
yeah, it was strange. I don't think she had a shadow.
Interesting. What if, like your mother is your shadow, what if your father is her light?
You keep coming up with all these strange things that are just, my head hurts.
Sorry?
Well, I do remember, wasn't there didn't I lose my shadow for a little while
Mm-hmm.
at some point?
You did?
That was me asking Elena.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, yes, I believe so.
Hmm. It's weird that it never struck me until now that she didn't have one.
I mean, I wasn't paying attention to her shadow either, so it's typically not something you notice. unless you're looking for it.
Maybe. I'm gonna see if I can. I have plans for tomorrow.
Have plans for tomorrow?
Yeah, something I want to try.
All right.
Huh. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud.
No, no, no. Some of my
Hey,
best thinking is done out loud.
I had another question for you.
Yes.
Remember when we were doing that errand for Vale, um, in that like underground temple thing? We got the wraps.
Uh-huh. Yes.
I remember there was a room, and there was a sarcophagus in the center of the room.
Yes.
What did you find in there?
Honestly, Peggy doesn't remember.
Steve remembered at least one of the items.
What did I find in there? I don't remember.
Hang on.
I'm just wondering if you did anything with any of those items.
Well, Doris, if you remember off the top of your head, it's going to take me a minute to grab it here. Do you want to spill the beans?
I remember there was a violin of some sort that she found.
Oh, yes.
Oh, what? Sorry. you
Violin.
It's very
All
fancy
right.
looking. Some sort.
I put it in the bag of holding because I really can't carry a violin.
Did you
Are
ever
you
have
fun?
Xavier check it out? See if it was something fancy?
No, I didn't really have the time.
You should.
Okay. Are you wanting the violin? Feel
Not
free to.
necessarily. Just I kind of like music, and I don't know. I'm just curious.
You're curious about the violin or about me playing music?
Yes.
Because I'm
And-
curious about what you're curious about.
You see, old Doris gets this almost like a little smile, like half smile on his face, and he goes, "Oh, I don't know, you know." Mm, 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 mm.
Can I pull out the harp that I yoinked from Taharn's bag?
Yes, the one that you yoinked from Taharn, the harp, yeah.
Yeah, because you said it had everything. I yoinked the harp.
Yep.
It's like a little travel one.
Don't
I start
play it too
playing.
loud.
I don't. It's just gentle harp music. Gentle.
Wow, way to bring things back, Eldoris. I don't even know where my notes are
Okay, don't
for
worry
that
about it.
anymore.
Worry about it right now. Not important.
I play the tune that he is humming.
Well, Doris has the memory of an elephant.
He is the elephant. Dun, dun, dun. The elephant switched out with Eudorus. Eudorus is actually in the stone elephant. And
Great,
we just don't know it.
Next thing you know,
Too
you're
far.
gonna be traveling through the snow with an elephant tomorrow, and I'm gonna be in.
Are my conspiracy theories getting too far for y'all?
Yes.
I'm gonna
I'll
have
be
to kill some elephant.
I'll be in the little statuette pounding on the inside wall, going, "Let me out! Let me out!"
Kayla, look at your Facebook.
What?
Look at your messages. Messenger.
All right. Yeah. So I strum along with Eudorus's tune. Sorry, excuse me. Just ignore it.
What have you been drinking?
Nothing, just water. No.
All right. So with the rest of your shift goes by without a hitch. Vale, you're on the next watch. Anyone watching with Vale? Just Vale then.
Yep.
All right. So Vale, as they wake you for your watch, you wake to see 9 snowmen sitting directly outside of the dome, all standing with a middle finger directly like at you as you walk up to the edge of the dome, just sitting there completely motionless.
I hate that guy. I will quietly squish each one with my foot.
Okay.
I just imagine it making a little sound.
I don't even remember what book that violin was in. I remember it, but I don't remember where I had it. Anyway, roll your yep. Oh man, I'm having the hiccups and I don't know why. Roll your perception check for the watch.
That wasn't bad. 23.
Okay. Yeah. So the watch goes by. Once again, uneventful. Lots of howling wind and such like. You do notice that there is one more recent track. In the snow, and this one is fresh. It has to be within the last 24 hours. Problem is, it's at least twice the size of a regular humanoid's foot.
Like giant sized or
Smaller
like
than giant size. We're
former
talking
glaive sized?
bigger than glaive, smaller than giant.
Former glaive.
Bigger than former glaive, smaller than giant.
All right.
For human terms, something kind of Sasquatchy.
Oh, good. All right. Well, I'll keep an eye out.
Squatch was real.
Okay.
Does Vale also notice the snowman?
She's already dealt with them.
Covered that
Yeah.
page. Pay attention.
Oh, okay,
Pay
sorry, I
attention.
wasn't reading-
Gosh.
Sorry, I was reading.
I smooshed
Facebook
him.
messages.
All right. So, watch successful. Eventually, the rest of the party awakens as as morning comes. It's easily 8 o'clock or so, 9 o'clock. The sun has barely peeked up over the mountain range to the west. Yeah. So, anything we're doing here in the morning besides breakfast and heading out?
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
Uldoris will stare at Vale, Xavier, and Glaive, and he's gonna look back and forth between the 3 of them and go, "Who has the scribble? Can I use it?"
I point at Glaive.
It requires attunement, but yes. And Glaive will hand it over.
Why does everything require attunement?
Mm.
How long does it take to attune and unattune to an item?
Hour. Short rest.
And then an hour to attune.
While we're
Maybe right now is
Okay.
not the time.
Could
I
I
don't want
wanna
to take up.
quickly build a snowman in front of Harn's door and then knock.
A couple minutes. Are you standing right there by the door, or are you walking away?
I'm walking away.
A couple minutes pass, and Taharn, fully clothed, comes out, looks at. Ah, you got my message.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel like we all turned around and giving the thing at the same time.
Layla with them.
I don't know why he did it. I just assume he did it to us in general.
It's
message.
because
What message?
I hit him with a snowball last night in his own home. Or
That's
magical
incredibly
connection.
rude.
yeah, well, he's an asshole, so he's.
But
No, those are useful.
yeah, you know how much shit they go through in a year?
Disconnect.
What?
Swear to God.
Okay, that was a good one.
You come into my chat.
Um,
I'm so
excuse me, this is my chat.
Oh,
I think. Did I make this one?
No.
No.
it's good.
It's
I
me.
thought I thought I did. Anyway,
It's
so Doris,
joy.
are you? We can say that you unattuned from an item in preparation for having to attune with a Scryball if you want. We've used it enough where you would theoretically know that.
Also, if Glaive knows the person you're trying to scry on, you could.
I barely know them.
Right, but
And
whatever.
it wouldn't quite work very well. It'd be very hard to connect.
Dial up tone.
We're sorry. The number you've dialed is temporarily out of service.
We're sorry, the voicemail
How
box
many-
that you've tried to contact has not been set up.
How many uses does it get? Is it just one use?
Once a day.
Once a day. All right. I mean, is it okay if I use it, or
I won't be able to use it until we're off this mountain.
because of me, or
No, because
Imagine.
I'm focusing on what we're doing here.
um,
Okay,
and
shady.
That's not
Fail
me
or-
shaming anybody.
who's
I said
shaving?
Shady. It's shady.
Um,
Elena, eat your breakfast.
Fail, Xavier, do you either? I mean, I know you really should check in with Matsuda.
Mahuda?
Masuda. Matsuda? I don't know how to
I'd-
say his name.
I'd like to call him with some good news once we're done here, hopefully.
Hopefully, he's still around to get your good news.
Honestly, I would like to check in with my brothers.
You know what?
Yes.
I've never done it before, but I can scry.
Know the person.
Oh, okay.
Who are you trying to scry on? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, Doris doesn't answer. He sits down in the snow with the Scryball. And Cal, I think you know who he's focusing on.
I have a feeling, but
Message him.
Mention them
yeah,
in
message
a-
just so I'm 100% sure. Oh, here. Okay. Same. What is your spell DC save modifier?
My spell save DC is 21.
I think the Scryball one is like 17.
Oh yeah. So.
Yeah, and I mean, if I don't know the person well enough, I mean that can play in as well.
Modifiers.
So, do you want me to say this live, or do you need me to go to whispers?
Oh boy. You can say it live. It's fine. I don't
Okay.
care.
You sit there, focusing on the Scryball, and for just a moment, your heart twinges as nothing happens. When all of a sudden, your vision shoots up seemingly into the very stratosphere, whizzing almost out of control around the entire planet. You see mountains passing by in an instant, oceans, islands. Eventually, you see the city of Amman, and it passes by. You see a large barren landscape to the north of Amman. Your vision shifts again, and everything kind of blurs out. You can't make out shapes. You can't make out sounds. You can just kind of like when you have your eyes almost all the way closed and you just see like the blurred images of people walking by. You hear the muttering of voices. It almost sounds like chanting in the background. Someone maybe exciting an army or pumping up a crowd kind of sounds. But your vision settles on this blurry, dark figure. You see this blackness. An almost
So-
in the blur, it's hard to make out, but that you could kind of assume it's a feminine form. But as you squint at this blurred, dark image, there's this beat of light
Mhm.
within the interior of this darkened shape. And as you watch, almost like the heartbeat within them pulses with light. And as you focus on that heartbeat and let it kind of fill you, you see outlining around this figure, almost like an aura, a larger masculine form of light around them, pulsing with their heartbeat. Standing proud and defiant over whatever blurred image you see. And your vision
Before that
shoots back.
happens,
Yep,
I get to communicate with them,
you
correct?
do. You do. Well, technically, you get to send the message spell. Or sending. Sending or message, I can't remember. One of the two.
Would be sending.
Using the Scribble?
Yeah. How do you communicate with the person by a scribble?
That's just telepathic communication for 10 minutes. And you have the option to use the suggestion spell, I believe.
Oh, suggestion spell. That's what I was thinking of. Sorry.
Yeah, but I do get to communicate with the person.
Sure.
Yes.
10 minutes.
So you guys all see Uldoris just gets stiff as a board holding this the scryball, and you see he starts breathing very very rapidly, and his breathing almost like comes to an immediate halt, and you just hear him mutter, "Father."
The figure that you're looking at, that was pulsing with radiant light, you see it almost flicker for a moment, like a skip in a heartbeat. Just suddenly fades and comes right back into vibrancy.
Can I make a I don't know if it would be a perception or an investigation check to see if I can. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but if I can make out the figure that this light is cascading as an aura around.
I will say, per the like definition of scrying, no, but you are familiar enough with that person, ish, that that Uldores is 99.9% sure it is Lilette.
And she's they're chanting. Or
Well, for lack of a better term, imagine someone was 3 houses away from you, really loudly blaring Saruman's speech from the Lord of the Rings to the Urukai before Helm's Deep. That's what you hear in the background, just this really muffled like. It's not like the figure's chanting. It's something that's kind of going on around them.
Oh, that's probably not a good thing.
Did I get the sense that this figure was like at the head or the center of this, like initiating, or off to the side away from it?
For best of your the scrying off to the side away from it.
Yeah, after the word father comes out of his mouth, he I don't want to like drop the scry ball, but he lets it go. He wasn't really holding it very far from the ground. And his eyes just open up, and he's just staring off into the snow outside.
Can I like crouch in front of you, Doris? Doris? Like right directly in front of him.
Uldoris's eyes are like shifting back and forth, like trying to make sense and figure things out.
Talk it out.
You, you were right. I think I don't.
I was right about what?
Remember last night when I was
Yes.
talking about my father?
Mm-hmm.
You said something about him being a bright light. You're right.
Okay.
And when I used the scry ball, I spoke to him. He was like a bright outline around her. And as soon as I called out to him, it's like he faded a little.
Uldoris, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Oh crap. A wisdom saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You
I have
got this.
on there.
You got this.
I'd cast guidance on you, but it wouldn't help.
Do it anyway.
Not good. I have a +8 on my wisdom save. I rolled a 5. Puts me at 13.
Good to know.
Take 20 points of psychic damage.
Nope. Uldoris is not aware that he made a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, it was almost like it recognized, or I mean, I don't know, it acknowledged me somehow. I didn't stick around long enough to see what happened. Also, she's my sister. She's somewhere. That area was, you said it was north of Amman?
I did.
She's somewhere north of Amman, and there's a lot of loud voices, like a rally of some sort.
It's probably in the Umber Hills with Drassig.
Don't know if she was part of it. Kind of felt like she was distance a bit away from it. Like not partaking, just watching.
Does it mean that she isn't part of Drassig's group?
Tahar,
Can I turn to Taharn and be like, do your previous companions support Drassig and all of his beliefs?
Me?
Yeah, yes, you, Taharn.
I was told not to interfere with the story.
Oh my god. Just answer
we
the
did
question.
tell him that.
Just answer answer the question, please?
I'm
Doctor?
getting conflicting signals. Am I supposed to
Answer the
interfere?
question.
I will hit you with another snowball. Just literally answer the question.
Yes. They are in good dressing.
Of course they are. So, not only does Drassic have my brothers, my other brother's going after them. The Chained Oblivion is a part of it, and is after them. And your sister's with them as well.
Well, listen, this big one big web of fuck.
It all leads back to Dressig.
It all leads back to the Chained Oblivion.
Yes. I just hold the scryball up in the air above my head, not looking at it anymore. Just waiting for whomever to take it. And I will as I'm reeling from all this, I'm gonna reattune to whatever I unattuned from.
Okay.
Sorry, can we keep going so I don't overthink this, please?
Yeah. Vale,
Hmm. Yes.
Scryball's yours. Sound like you had an important call to make.
Can't do it today.
No, but he can still attune to it today. She. Ah. I'm sorry, it's just your thighs. They're so manly, I guess. I don't know.
What?
Got a sharp ass jaw. Just cut.
Oh
cut
my
diamonds.
god.
You could cut diamonds with that jaw.
Taharn pulls out a small notebook and begins scribbling something.
No.
Sorry.
Or it can.
Let's move on. Sapala,
Yeah?
you were leading the way this whole time.
Oh, yes. Onward.
All right. At that point, I would like to take a quick break because I gotta pee.
No.
Okay. You have to.
Oh,
Do you have
we'll
the
be right
Kayla
back.
key?
What's a Kayla pee? Thank you for joining us this week. We're gonna pick up right where we left off. I had 3 swigs of vodka. I'm feeling great.
Wow.
You only went with 3,
Bro,
but
you're,
let me
you're,
tell you, Mr. Rum is where it's at because it just goes down smooth as silk.
Rum
Oh,
is
you
for
sound like a
people that can't
lightweight.
handle
Okay,
a
okay.
river. Okay. Anyway,
I don't understand what just happened.
picking up where we left off, the
I will
party
name the poison.
had slept through the night, had middle fingers thrown at them by snowmen, maybe seen a dragon of some kind in the distance, and otherwise, saw some tracks in the cave. However, Sapala, as you are going to be leading them into the mouth of the pit, roll your survival check.
Can I assist it with her so she can have advantage?
You may.
Roll that dice again, Kayla.
I'm going with the first one.
Oh, sorry.
27.
Always rolling good, survival girl. All right. So you lead them into the mouth of the cave, and for those of you without night vision, it immediately gets just dark in this cave. I assume, Xavier, you are going to.
Dancing
Don't you have
lights.
goggles? Don't you have goggles now?
I do have goggles.
But they're not as cool as the dancing lights.
Dancing
Agreed.
lights.
True.
As the dancing lights illuminate the cave, for those of you with dark vision, the black and white image that the cave had procured suddenly turns to color, and you can see that it is smooth and black as glass in here. The obsidian walls of this cave hollowed out. You can tell you are on the inside track of a lava vein that has long since cooled, turned to glass, and burrows deeper into the mountain. As you trudge your way along, you see more of those kind of scrapes in the floor until Sapala, with your survival check, in the center of the cave up ahead of you, you see a lone sword sticking out of the cavern floor. It has a rather thin handle with a almost globe-shaped pommel on the bottom, and a very wide blade beneath it. Anyone who is familiar with swords would know this to be a gladius.
I stop and I tap Glaive on the arm and I say, "There's a sword."
I look around to see if anything is weird or strange.
Make a perception check.
I want to stealth.
The dancing
Now, I
lights.
should mention that I'm looking for you know who.
I know.
Okay. Oh, right. I don't actually have that skill. I just have alert. That's why my passive is nuts. Oh, wow. I see. Jack Diddley. I rolled a 3, and I don't think a 7 is going to expose him.
Probably not.
Vale? Step forward.
Does it mean I have to unstealth? It's a pretty good roll.
That was a pretty good roll.
Fine.
That was a great roll.
I will step forward.
Make a perception check.
Oh, crap. 19.
19. Okay. As you step into the darkness up ahead, your low light vision shows ahead of you. The cave seems to now go down, whereas before you were on an incline up the mountain. It suddenly seems to stoop in a downward slope on the other end of the gladius. There's sound kind of around you, like shuffling, but you can't see where it's coming from. Whoever they are, they're very stealthy. but a voice kind of comes out in the darkness, echoey, bouncing off the walls, impossible to pinpoint direction. Hello?
Hello?
Who's there?
Vale?
All of a sudden, right behind you, right over your shoulder, you hear, "Pleasure to meet you." Did I scare you?
No.
1,000 years, I can't scare anyone. Jeez. So, you are with Glaive. Glaive is with you. You two are here to finally set me free of this shithole, yes?
Look back at Glaive. Is that what we're doing?
Technically,
Sure.
Good, and good. So, you must be his infiltrator. Yes, yes, no, please say yes.
You could say that.
I did say that. I said you are his infiltrator. I said that. Are you?
Sure.
Cool. What do you know about the Tigbanua?
What do I know about the Tigbanua?
Make make a nature check.
Oh, I was hoping for history. Nature. Oh,
Nature.
Oh wow, 19.
Wow,
17 plus
George!
2.
So the
Nature's
Tigbanua
bad.
is a rare creature in the world. It has only with your knowledge as a Cobalt Soul monk have you come across some like rare lore in regards to them. They're believed to originate very deep in the Riffin Mist jungle, far from here. But they are described in myths and legends as kind of terrible ogres is probably the best translation of Tigbanua. They are tall, taller than an average human, maybe 8 to 9 feet tall. They have no eye, but what they lack in the eye, they actually have one giant nostril. And can basically have sight by smell is the way I will describe it.
I'm
And
guessing
they
that
are.
matches the footprint I saw on watch.
You could probably associate it with the footprint on watch. So that is what you know of a Tigbanua.
All right. Fairly large, ogrekin type creature. Sees through smell.
Yes, yes.
Typically not native here, though. Having spotted
That's
some evidence last night.
the fun part. So over 1,000 years ago, we thought it would be a good idea to use them in the herd as sort of a shock and awe creature. We extradited some of them from Taldore, brought them here, and then everything went to shit. And they've been repopulating on their own inside the mountain. Isn't that remarkable?
Mm,
Considering they're native to a jungle and this is a mountain, yes.
Isn't it? And they also breed through curses.
What?
Yes, person in the background. They are a cursed creature, kind of like a werewolf. Are you familiar with the creature? You get bit by one, you turn into one.
Okay.
Yes, very similar. Their scratches can infest you, and you can turn into a Tigbanua. I think that is how they have been mostly reproducing. There was a unfortunate mining expedition several months ago came through the area here, but think now there's more than one. They have been
breeding naturally.
All right.
No, no one else finds this
I
interesting.
mean-
Whatever.
I mean, I find it interesting.
Well, thank you, whoever you are. So,
Milena.
I had some time to think about what your test should be, and I think that you should go into their nest, retrieve one of their eggs, and bring it back to me.
All right.
Okay. That way. Points down toward the past the gladius and deeper into the cave.
Wait,
And
wait.
just a word of warning: don't get scratched.
Yeah, I got that feeling.
What are
Do
we retrieving for you?
little- Just fail.
Oh no, not you. Just the infiltrator.
You said an egg, right?
Egg, yes.
Cool.
Why?
Lay eggs? I thought they were ogrekin.
Mhm.
First off, how are they
they're-
laying eggs?
They are an abomination of genitalia. You really don't want the details.
Okay. Second of all,
You really don't. Just trust us.
Did you make
on
this cow? Or is this a
second of
thing?
all, would you like my
Um,
cloak of elven kind?
It is based on a thing.
Bill?
Okay, that's super mean.
Why does that mean?
Bill,
Because I have advantage when it relies on sound, not smell. That's
Vale,
funny.
Vale, would you like my cloak of elven kind?
Think you got boots, don't you?
No.
You don't want to be extra stealthy?
I think you've made it fairly clear that if anything happens to that cloak, I'm being held responsible for it.
If you die, I really can't hold you.
Plus, if things do go
responsible.
badly, I'd like the things I have now.
Okay, fine. I'm just trying to be helpful.
Can I ask why Vale has to take an egg?
That's what I'd like to know.
Yeah, right? Like, what do you need an egg for, friend?
Are you going up and asking him?
No, I'm from a distance.
I am.
What do you need an egg for, friend?
Well, not right up to him, but
It's not for your breakfast, is it?
It is so that before I pass on, we can procure some information on the reproductive habits and possibly hatch what a live birth Tigbanua looks like.
Can you not watch
it's
from a
small and ugly.
distance as a specter? You wouldn't.
It wouldn't be a good test if I did it myself.
Touche.
All right.
Feel like you would get more information from watching.
Not all of us are voyeurs.
Oh shit, there's a map.
You gotta do it, man.
are you?
All right.
Time to go steal a baby.
Or is morally correct or right?
I have no idea what you're saying, Kayla.
Yeah, breaking up or something.
Hello.
Hello.
There you go. Vale, I
Yes.
wish you the best of luck in your endeavor, and thank you.
Yep. Luck.
Dale, can I talk to you for a moment
Sure.
before you leave privately?
What's on your mind?
I don't know if this is morally the right thing to do.
What, stealing an egg from its nest?
Yeah.
Are you planning on taking it back once it's hatched? Yes, you.
Yes.
Check.
You're not gonna do anything mean to it, are you?
Oh.
Are we all standing around at this listening to the conversation?
Very sincere.
I
It
feel
would've-
like every test we've just stood around and listened in.
Yeah, I'm insight checking this guy.
I'm not even gonna roll it.
Yeah, never mind. It's a 4 plus. It's 7.
Yeah, he's
No,
lying.
he's totally lying.
I just saw the little veil on the map, and it just looks like a little like Mario Maker level here.
It does.
Treasure
Oh,
digger.
shit.
Are you gonna go do it, George?
Veil.
Vale, sorry, you gonna do it, Vale?
Maybe if everyone's done talking to me.
Go.
Sorry.
All right, I will sneak off.
Wait, don't say bye.
We'll be here
All
if you
right.
need us.
Roll your stealth check.
I will cast guidance on myself beforehand.
Uldor looks at Elena and goes, "I call dibs on the party funds if she dies."
You'll
you know
have
you
to
have
go
to
get
keep
it.
track of those. Yeah, like, do you want to like leave anything heavy?
Can you have a bit of faith in Vale, please?
Oh
I-
my god, that's colder than the mountain.
So there's an exit, right? Like I can just fuck off and leave. Like I'm set for life.
You are set for life.
Doris has complete faith in Vale. He's just saying he calls dibs just in case.
You know, if you call dibs on the party fund, you have to watch the party fund and
leaving.
manage the party
Well-
fund. This way, it's a party fund.
Elena,
37.
What?
kindness is a virtue.
I'm not. I'm just
Darn it.
saying. No. He's the one that called dibs on the party fund.
Also, silence is too.
This is your fault, Ulysses.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, did you say 32?
37.
37. All right, so you stealth your way forward in the cave as quietly as physically possible.
With monk speed, preferably.
With what?
Monk speed. I think it's technically like half speed for stealthing.
Oh, I see. So you're moving forward at a normal
but
normal pace, but quiet.
It's almost a normal pace. It's 25 feet rather than like 15.
Gotcha. So as you come up to the first bend in the cave here, there's a small reddish glow coming from around the corner, and as you creep around, what you see is the body of a creature, and what it looks to be is. Well, actually, no, I can't tell you what it looks to be. It looks to be sunken and skeletal. There's lots of. It's still in the process of decaying, and the cold air has slowed the decay process. As you approach closer, there are these large red mushrooms growing out of its body, and everywhere in this area where it died, there are these bioluminescent mushrooms that as soon as you come around the corner, dink. The decay of death on these mushrooms is just abhorrent. We lost Glaive. We lost Eldorus. Eldorus is back. We got Glaive back. Okay. And as you approach and get closer toward the body in the corner, it looks like a humanoid that had died undergoing a transformation. Its eye sockets seem to be partially fused over with new calcium deposits. Its nose area has completely like rotted away and is beginning to like peel back into the skull, and its face is like contorted in this permanent smile. But that's what you see. Are you doing anything?
Well, I'm going to work under the assumption that this is a very powerful smell, and the creature that relies on sight will have trouble seeing through it. But we'll see. I'm not going near it because Cal likes his mushrooms, and I'm gonna keep going deeper if this is not the nest.
Okay. Make a perception check.
All right. 10.
All right. So, you see the mouth of a cavern opening ahead of you here. I'm going to go ahead and move your token forward a little bit here. Or not, because I don't have the select mode. Why can't I?
Am I in the wrong
Did I,
area?
did I accidentally put you on the map? I put you on the map. Hang on. Token. There we
I'm
go.
one with the map.
Let's place you right here.
Oh, that's what I should have grabbed. Oh well.
And actually, from here, you could probably make out most of the cavern at this point. I'm sorry. What was your? I asked you for a perception. What was it again?
10.
10. Gotcha. All right. As you come over to the edge of the wall here, all of a sudden, from the left-hand side of the wall, as you're coming in, a hand comes around the corner as something is walking by. This green, long, fingernailed appendage wraps around the corner and steps forward, and this 8-foot-tall, hairy, almost troll-like entity. And for the sake of drama, a picture is going to be shared in the chat.
Dun, dun.
Dun dun dun.
So draw.
on.
Much
Yeah, let me draw one up real quick. Fun fact: I actually I got permission from the artist to use this.
I said so drama.
Oh, so drama.
I mean, if
But
you
yeah.
want to go ahead and draw one right now.
I'd love to. I was so inspired by this.
Great.
Yeah, it's great when the DM's inspired, right?
Yeah.
Depends.
Oh, nice. Oh, he looks friendly. Like if the Sneetches from Dr. Seuss were evil.
The Sneetches?
Yeah. I think that's what they were.
Heck is a Sneetch?
Right? Is that what I'm thinking? Sneetch. Yeah.
I have no idea what a Sneetch is. I'm trying to send the second image, but for
There
some
you go.
reason the new Discord
It's
is.
an evil Sneetch.
Oh god, you're about to get like 3 of these because they all decided to send at once.
Yay.
Anyway, actually, I think I can X out of them.
It's an
There
evil.
we go. Anyway, so and as it comes around the corner, this just massive, and its head turns right on you.
Cool.
And it's going to try to hit you.
I don't make a smell.
You don't make a smell. I don't make a smell. That's got to go into our list of.
To be fair, when was the last time Vale bathed?
It's been a
Vale's
little
actually a
while.
very clean individual. This is why I
Uh,
take last watch every
Last time I remember is when she was trying to read her fucking book. Elena barged in on her in the bathroom.
Yeah, it's not the last
first
time it happened.
strike is going to be a 21 to hit.
Miss.
Ooh. 25.
Defensive duelist.
What does that do again?
It adds 5 to my AC for that attack.
Okay. And third one. Oh, same 25.
All right, I will spend a key point to use Mind of Mercury to do defensive duelist again.
Okay. So it goes swipe with the claws, and then tries to take this massive bite out of you. You kind of stumble backward, pushing into your defensive positions.
Move like the wind.
It is your turn.
Cool. Can I see past it?
You can into the cavern beyond.
Okay, because I feel like beating the crap out of this thing is a little rude.
Oh, actually, that reminds me. Overlay. Select from the overlay layer token. There we go.
Ah, there he is. He's large.
And in charge.
I'm going to dart past him. And
Doing something I assume to not get hit by a opportunity attack.
no,
Okay.
and dive into the water.
Okay. Jeez, what is with me in an 18 today? 25.
That's enough of that. Defensive duelist.
Oh my god, how many of those do you have?
Well, I get the reaction back on my turn.
Oh, true. Good point. All right. So you dive into the water and boom, the water is only about 2 feet deep.
Well,
But you
Cool.
do you do
I-
land ow
I am
hard
gonna
in the
so-
water.
pull my hood up and submerge
Okay.
to try and mask my scent.
It does turn around as you did
Sure.
that. And it is looking around wildly for you. Make another stealth check though.
Does it have ears? Like, can it hear too?
Yes, it does have ears.
Okay.
It has ears and a nose. That's its
Okay.
features.
And a fun grin.
Oh yeah,
26.
26. Okay, perfect. Man,
Perfect.
this picture just won't.
I feel like it
send.
wasn't perfect.
This picture just will not send. I hate my new phone update. There we go. I'll send it in this chat. That'll work fine. Look at the ears in that guy. So it whirs around as you dive into the water and just kind of it begins to like claw at the edge of the water.
Nice.
And begins waiting. Oh, are you going to do any more movement on your turn besides just jumping right there?
I will move away from it,
Alright.
preferably
Well-
underwater.
Move yourself. Let's do half speed for underwater, like crawling.
My swim speed is 60.
You're not swimming. You're on your like hands and knees.
Go over here.
Okay.
Boop. Just away from the edge, really.
Okay. Make a perception check from there.
Okay. 19.
19. All right. That's better.
I like
than
10s.
That's better than the stealth check. As you go over to this side of the pool, another Tigbanua comes around the corner and comes up over to the water and is like scooping up handfuls of it and is sniffing around. The one behind you has begun to wade into the water and is like slashing at the waves and searching around frantically in the water.
Okay, but it doesn't seem to know where I am, though.
At the moment, no.
All right.
And also glancing around, you will see just on the other side of the waterfall, up against the rocks, there is a floating body that is
See that.
face down in the water up against the waterfall.
Rip that guy.
You seem to have found what happened to the miners in here.
Let's see. I'm scouring my inventory for a distraction. I swear I have to have something that stinks, but I just don't. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna do my best to like spend a little time here and just wait it out. To
Okay.
like hopefully they'll forget about me or lose track. With my cloak I can breathe underwater.
Okay, perfect. All right, so as you wait it out, it is going to be frantically searching just about every inch of this pool. So as it comes closer to you, you with your obvious stealth are able to kind of wade around this pool on your hands and knees, and it is just sloshing around, just tearing at the water. Eventually, about 20 minutes pass, and the original one makes its way over here. and disappears into the darkness. And then, actually, out of curiosity, did that disappear into the darkness, or is it still visible?
Oh, I can't see it.
Okay. Then the one that had come around the corner,
I can
you
see
watch
it from back here.
as it turns, kind of following the blood trail. You see it sniffing this kind of Icarus thick blood on the
Shit,
ground.
blood trail.
Um, it follows it like a hound dog. Uh, like a hound dog following the trail, and then as it gets to this crack into the wall where you can kind of see some more of that reddish bioluminescent light peeking through the crack, the light touches the skin of the creature and it instantly like chirks back and it sniffs at the light and turns on its heel and runs back down the cavern from whence it came.
Whereabouts is the light? Oh, is it from like presume? It looks like this stuff, like from the shrooms.
Yes. Let me
Okay.
widen the reveal areas here just a little bit.
Okay.
You can see the light that's on the map. There's a little light, slightly reddish tint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. If I peek, can I get any kind of sense of what direction the nest is?
You can certainly try. There appear to be like 3 areas that you could, or 4 areas that you could actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 areas that you could progress to look for it. There's a like
shit.
crack in the wall
We're gonna take
here,
We'll go this way first.
Okay. So you make your way over toward where the light was coming through, and as the light hits your skin, there's no like reaction or anything. But that smell instantly just permeates you. And as you get to the crack in the wall, it's small. As you kind of squint past through it. Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were in that. As you squint in there, you can see another, what appears to be miner's corpse. Someone had died in there mid-transformation, it appears. They also, there you can see a large, or actually, let me just extend the reveal area. A large emerald on the ground next to them that is, or not emerald, but like green gem of some kind that is also illuminating light in this little nook.
Interesting. Can I squeeze in there?
All right, so you squeeze your way in. It's a tight fit. A lot of claustrophobic moments where you're pinned beneath the rocks and having to crawl your way in there. You can see why the Tigbanur were not able to get to this person in here. And as you get in there, you are just right up against the dead body.
Cool. Well, first things first, I'm gonna grab that gem.
Mhm.
I will stash that for later.
Okay.
And then I'll grab some of these mushrooms.
All right. And as you pick up the mushrooms with your hand, they instantly like
Yeah, they're gonna spore.
they spore and gush all over your hands. This like
Cool.
dark red gunk just covers your hands.
Don't worry, I can prestidigitate that out for you.
I like how everyone gets to talk to someone. I get to climb through gunky caves full of mushroom slime.
I mean, you didn't have to cover yourself in the mushroom slime.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't. Anyway.
Cool. Mushroom slime.
Now you know I didn't want to do this on your birthday. Okay.
All right, cool. Mushroom slime.
I
And
think mushroom slime is a great birthday gift.
I'll definitely like if I can get out. I'm gonna get out with like one in my hand ready to throw. Is it still glowing on me?
No. After they kind of spored, the light seems to have gone away.
All right. Well, hopefully the smell is enough, and I guess I will creep into the. Or you know what? before we start creeping, let's peek. Peek this way.
Mhm. As you peek into that way, it appears to be a cave-in. You can see a person's skull just protruding from the edge of the rubble where a massive cave-in had crushed everyone, presumably on the other side.
That's unfortunate. All right. I believe the last time I saw one of them was down this way.
That's correct.
So I guess we'll kind of stay a little away from that tunnel and peek down that way also.
Oh yeah, as you peek down that way, let me reset movements here real quick.
Ah!
As you peek down that way, there is a Tigbanua who is currently like whapping his hand against a giant green emerald. The one that you had picked up was small in comparison to this just massive geode that is growing out of the ground. And part of you recognizes as it's like smacking its hand into the emerald, some part of the miner's brain must have remained after the transformation, and all it can remember was it was mining when it died.
Gotta get them emeralds. Alright. I will keep scooching. I will peek this way.
Glancing down there, a even smaller hole than you had seen before. Oops, that's not. Smaller hole than you had seen before.
You suddenly
seems
start
to-
losing eyesight.
Seems to continue this way.
Alright. Cool. And then my original buddy went this way. So let's peek down that way real quick.
Okay. And as you peek down there, where the water is rushing down through, down in that direction, you see your original buddy, and he is squatting over what appears to be a large log that, kind of like a beaver dam, is blocking up the water in this hallway. And you can just glimpse on the other side of the log a large, hairy egg. Several clusters of large, hairy-looking eggs protruding from this makeshift dam.
Nice. Alright. So this guy up here, he it just looks like he's just mindlessly whacking at it. He's not like attracted to the gems specifically.
Tell.
Okay. Alright, well, I will take that green gem and heft it this way. Past the
Okay, interesting. So as you heft the green gem, it lands. Where'd you want it to land?
pretty much as far down that tunnel as I can get it.
All right. So a green light begins to kind of emanate right there. Oh, wait, that's hidden area. Reveal areas.
Where?
Why?
Oh no!
It's a darkness crystal.
It's a darkness crystal. Begins to emanate from there, and the Dagobah, who was on the nest, suddenly looks in that direction and begins slowly trudging his way toward it, and begins kind of
Ah!
begins like
It's
sifting
strange.
through the water, trying to grab this gem out of the ground.
Cool.
Mhm.
And with all my amazing speed, I can run in, hopefully, grab an egg, and peace out.
Okay. Something interesting to note: as you hit the water, the mushroom slime doesn't even come off with that. It seems to be like stuck to your skin.
I knew what I was getting into.
You grab one of the eggs, and your fingers kind of kind of, what's the word I want to look for? Sink into the fur on the egg, and they are just disgusting. Smells like rotted cheese. You grab one, heft it under your arm, and begin to make your way back up as the Tigbanua continue to admire their gems. Are you just hightailing it out of there now?
I mean, yeah, if they're not following, there's no reason to stick around. And for the record, I am running on top of the water, which should be silent.
Okay. You splash your way silently
Months.
across the lake and back out of the cavern,
No.
back where everyone is waiting for you. And as you come up, you heft the egg. And Gladius turns around. Aha! You did it! You did it! I knew you would.
Oh,
Did you get
smells-
scratched? Or any scratches, bites, things like that? Nothing, anything, something.
Never touched me.
This is
Give a-
terrible.
Smells rank.
Mm.
You touched one of their dead bodies, didn't you?
No.
Sure. The corpse mushrooms don't, appear other places probably.
I didn't touch a body.
Yeah, no. That's fine. That's fine. Egg, please. Just kidding. I got it. All right. You pass the test. You have my blessing. Whew, that feels good. I can leave now. Love you, Glaive, but I need a nap.
Well, you've deserved it.
And now I need to remember what the reward was for Vale. The blades, right?
Yes, I can find those again if I need to.
We'll worry about that later here. Maybe like between sessions here. He reaches for the blades that you have. They're on your feet, right?
No. I have the two bracers that are on over my wraps.
Oh, the ones that Glaive made you?
Yes.
Okay. He reaches out, touches your van braces, and they begin to glow, and then it goes away, and it does something, and I don't remember what we had decided on. I will get back to you on that. Anything else we want to do before I end this session?
No.
Okay.
Wipe my hand
Yeah.
on Elena's back.
No. No.
You do?
Yeah.
The little things.
I prestidigitated off of Vale's hand.
As you cast prestidigitation, nothing happens.
Bro, you're totally turning into one of those.
Found it. Copy.
Does it wipe successfully?
Oh yeah.
Or transfer? Excellent.
Oh yeah.
That's my freaking clothes.
Should I send it to the main chat or to him directly?
You can just say it out loud.
I'll just send it to the main chat because there's words to it.
My God, words.
My God, words. All right. That's where I'd like to end this session.
How about?
Sounds good. Thank you all for joining us.
Oh,
Which we
shit.
will be off.
I'm not going to metagame. Never mind.